Fun to follow you. Good morning, everybody. Today I'm showing you how to use unripe durian. These are all unripe durian. It's pretty hard, so we have freeze it for about 2 days. When it thaw, it should be softer, but still not the creamy consistency. So we're going to use a little bit of water to boil it until it's softened, and we're going to blend it into a paste. This is about 5 minutes after boiling, not up to 5 minutes, I think it's about 3 minutes, and it has kind of softened. So afterward, when it's much more softer, we will blend it, and we will use this to cook kaya, and I think it's more than enough for the kaya. And I'm going to make a chiffon cake from this paste. So let it cook another few more minutes. Cover it. Once it's a bit transparent like that, it's already okay already, as you see. And I just press my ladle against it. It's already mushy. So this is what we want, and you can switch off the heat and use a blending stick like this and blend. Blend this. Once you get the consistency like this, you can proceed with any recipes that call for durian ingredients. So this is how I prepare unripe durian. So don't throw away unripe durian, because durian nowadays are very, very expensive. So keep it for your dessert. A Durian Kaya. This is around 320 grams. And I have with me 130 grams of gula melaka, 1 egg, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of sugar, around 300 ml of coconut cream, and I'll need a little bit of salt, and about 2 tablespoons of flour. So that's about it. So let me melt the sugar first. Into a pan, I'm going to add 100 ml water to melt the brown sugar and the sugar. Once the sugar is melted and starts to boil, you can turn off the heat. Drain the sugar, as you may have some residue. So this is quite clean, and we pour it back into the pan. Mix it with the and mix in the santan. So mix in the santan, mix well. Mix in the flour and the egg. Pour in the egg, which is slightly beaten, and mix it. Then what I'll do is, I'm going to get some of this liquid here to dissolve the flour, the 2 tablespoon flour. Because if you put the flour into this pan, it's rather difficult to dissolve it, as you need to cook it. The flour acts as a thickening agent. So once you're done with the egg, make sure it's all well mixed. Now if your egg is very small, you can have 2 eggs. I'm using an grade A egg. I've already put in 2 tablespoons flour, and then use the sugar liquid to melt it here rather than pour into the big pot, as it's pretty difficult to dissolve in a lot of water. So you put less water, easier to dissolve. Once it's smoothened, you can pour this back into this big pan here. Using a sieve to run through, just to make sure there's not much lumps. Turn the heat back on and over low heat, stir it until it semi-thickens. Add in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Make sure the bottom do not burn. Stir it constantly until it thickens, but not too thick. Now once the mixture starts to boil, you notice that you can see it has thickened quite a bit. Now is the time to add in the durian paste. Now if you can't handle the heat, turn off the heat. See, it's getting very lumpy now. Just keep stirring and add in the paste. Only stir it in with the flame off. You don't want to overcook it, and let it combine well before you turn on the heat. You want the cooking to stop first. This is after mixing, and I find it's quite thick because I need to cook it. This is before cooking, so I'm going to add in 100 ml of water to thin it again so that I can cook it. I'll put in 50 first. It's about, it's not 100, it's 50 gram water. So I put in 50 gram water first. So after adding the 50 gram water, you get back this kind of consistency. You can turn on the heat again and cook through until you get back just now that texture again. Keep stirring it and on very low heat. So once your jam comes to a boil again, and you can form ribbons like this onto the jam. Your jam is okay already. Don't cook too long. It will harden when it cools. So turn off the heat. See the bubbles? You see it? So turn off the heat. Just give it, scrape it and see. See, it doesn't flow back so fast. You're done. Now this is very good as a gift for friends, or you can spread it on your toast. It's very yummy, and you can keep it in the sterilized bottle. You can probably keep for about 3 to 4 weeks in the fridge. You can also make kaya puffs. You can also make kaya buns out of this, and you can also make what do you call that? Those puff pastry, and this will be mixed with the whipping cream to pipe onto your puff pastry or pipe into the donuts. It's really very yummy. Now let this cool down completely before you pack into jars. So bon appetit everybody. Give me a love, give me a like, follow me if you can. Bye bye. Fun to follow you.